You know, achieving your goals is really hard. That's something that I don't think a lot of people tend to talk about, especially when it just kind of disappears. And that's something I find myself relating to, especially in recent times. And that's something I find myself relating to, and especially in recent times. I beat myself up over that all of the time, like more than you probably think. And it gets to a point where even sometimes I feel like I'm the least creative person in my friend group or just on the planet sometimes. And it's even worse when I want to be a content creator who doesn't just shit out slop. And lately, I kind of find myself, what do the kids call it nowadays? Chud maxing? Like laying in bed, doom scrolling for like way longer than you should, than just getting up just to play video games and not really doing much, not really contributing much, not really working towards my goals. And overall, just feeling way less creative than I normally would when I was like, 10 or 11. But something I always fail to realize, and what's really been holding me back personally, is simply not acknowledging the small goals. Which, I get it, that's like basic level shit. But I think it's something that we as humans really should take more into considerability. Is that even a word? We should consider that more when reaching for our goals and our ambitions and stuff like that. And I understand why, a lot of us tend to not, think about it or realize it, because they're small, they feel insignificant. They don't feel like, it just feels like one tedious little thing after another tedious little thing that doesn't feel like it's going to add up to much in the end. And not because your problems are small compared to someone else, but if you really think about it, the fact that we're able to do anything, it's kind of insane. Like, if you really think about it, there's someone out there who can't walk, they can't hear, and the sad reality of it is there's someone that didn't even wake up this morning. And I'm not saying this to guilt trip you or do that thing that your mom does when you don't want to eat the lima beans on your table and she says, well, there's African kids. But I'm just trying to help you realize that it is a powerful thing that you even exist. Like, it is like did you know that it is a 1 in 400 trillion chance for someone like you watching this video, every little thing that makes you, it's a 1 in 4 trillion chance. Like, it is a statistical it is a statistical anomaly. You are an anomaly. You are anomalous. And maybe the issue here isn't that you're not working towards your goals hard enough, or you're not creative enough, or this or that. Maybe the issue, and this has been my issue, I'm not saying it is definitely for you, but the issue for me has just been, I have not been just really taking a step back and looking at the small things that I've done in my life that make me who I am today, what makes my channel what it is today. Because how many people do you know with 93 subscribers? Probably not a lot. And so I really got to just take a step back and look at my goals, and I think that would really help a lot of people out there with their creativity issues. And for some people, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's something like you just don't have the motivation, or maybe it's a lack of discipline, or maybe you just don't know how to achieve your goals. And all three of those are A-okay. It is okay to not know. It is okay to not know where to go next. It's okay to just feel like it's normal for us to feel like that we're not achieving something. But when you're constantly chasing to achieve something big on a regular basis, and you're constantly beating yourself up because you haven't done anything big, that is bad. Because your brain, because you fail to acknowledge the little things, and then when you eventually do get that big thing that you've been that big win that you've been trying to chase, it's not going to feel as big. And maybe I think as a society, if we were to just take a look back and see where we are now and what we're doing, I think that would really help a lot of us out. And just remember, you can do anything you put your mind to. Don't let anyone else tell you over. There's a lot of doomers, especially in recent times with how things have been going. It's been really dragging everyone down. I'm just going to be honest with you, especially with, certain files, learning all that stuff. That's just been fucking wild. And honestly, it's been putting me in a funky mood. But we can't let stuff like that, we can't let others or things that we find out or this, that, A, B, C, or D put us down. as Homo sapiens, if you will. And it is always good to strive for better. And as humans, we should be striving for better. But it's also good to just take a step back and look at where you're at now. You know, I get I'm just spouting basic shit here. You know, nothing grand. If you were expecting, you know, Shakespeare levels of poetry, this is your local Neanderthal channel. I don't know what you're expecting. But just remember, you are great and you can do great things no matter what anyone else tells you. If you have a big ass goal, strive for it, chase after it. But don't beat yourself up if you're just not feeling creative that week, month, 6 months. You gotta let it come naturally, because when you try forcing it, it's just not going to work in your favor. When you try forcing it, it's just going to keep going and going and going, and then eventually you're just going to get content being stuck in this endless chase that just never ends. It never ends. That's just what I've come to in my this is my conclusion. But you know, every human's different. There's 8 billion of us on this small little rock in space, and so what I'm saying here may not apply to you. Maybe it's something bigger, maybe it's something smaller, who knows. It is what it is. But hey, just remember something. I love you. And I gotta do that YouTuber thing. I apologize. If you did like the video, like and subscribe. You know, I'm a small creator. I just be doing what I'm doing. I get this is way different than my usual content, you know, playing games with memes and all that stuff. But I felt like this is something I really wanted to talk about, because this is something I've been seeing in myself a lot lately. And I've also been seeing it in a few others. So anyway, peace.